I'll have to be honest with you. First thing I'm going to mention right up front is it's free. I like the service when it's free because, you know, you can tie up a lot of money in different services, and from experience I found out that sometimes you can pay a lot of money and you may not be getting that much out of it.
Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. My name is Cody Bills, this is Logan Burgess. Today is Wednesday. We had the ethanol report out here, but let's take a look at where we closed off the day. Corn for September trading up 1/4 cent. Corn for December trading up 1/2 cent. Soybeans here for September trading down 19 1/4. For November down 13 3/4. Wheat in Chicago getting a little bit of steam to the upside after some hard selling it here, it seems. Up trading 7 1/4 cents higher on September, and December trading 5 3/4 cents higher. You know, Logan, it didn't look like corn made a huge move here today. What did we see in the ethanol numbers?
Yeah, you know, we didn't see a big reaction today. This may be a story, though, to watch as we move into the new crop here. As we discussed yesterday on the show, the USDA is actually looking for about a 25 million bushel reduction in ethanol usage of corn here in the upcoming marketing year. And based on today's number, that's one number that may need to be revised by the USDA. As you can see from this chart, we had a very strong weekly figure here once again, down slightly from last week, but still at 954,000 barrels per day on average. Obviously, the low cost of corn is really helping out margins, but also the price of crude oil has moved higher here in the last several weeks, obviously helped out by a lot of international conflicts. That was another theme that we had in the grains today, Cody. We got some new sanctions discussed against Russia. Can you kind of break down what we saw there? What's the impact on the grains?
Well, first of all, I think it's going to impact wheat here. You know, today we did see wheat moving higher. We had a nice export sale here earlier on of 151,000 metric tons to Nigeria. But when you look at wheat here, what we need to look at how competitive this Russian wheat is going to be on the global market. And this is, I think the sanctions here, what it's done, we've seen the ruble really fall in terms of relative strength compared to the dollar. And what that has done is made Russian wheat more competitive on the global market. You know, just today we saw Gask purchase 175,000 metric tons of wheat from Russia here. I think what we're seeing is these sanctions are going to be more of a headache because there's sanctions that are levied really on these financial institutions. Right. The announcements that were made yesterday did kind of extend them into energy and even it'll be agriculture when you look at banking, because of course some of the banks, the Russian Bank of Agriculture there will be affected as well. But the bottom line is I don't think it's really going to impact trade significantly. I think it's going to be more of a headache for exporters, but what it has done is made Russian wheat more competitive on the global market and perhaps may bump up a little bit of exports there. Yeah,
well, we did have a reported sale today of Russian wheat going to the Egyptians, so certainly seems like we could be seeing a little bit of that already, and kind of a continuation of the theme from the last several weeks. A lot of sales going to Ukraine and Russia, so international buyers at this point don't seem overly concerned with the conflict there in eastern Ukraine. Staying on the export sales front here today, we are going to be getting export sales, the weekly report out tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Central Time. Keep an eye on old crop soybean sales. Expectations are between 1 and 200,000 metric tons reported there. And looking at new crop meal, actually pretty large sale expectations there, 500 to 650,000 tons. We did have a number of reportable sales last week, so a number of those are on the books already. But keep an eye on that report as it comes out tomorrow, as I said, at 7:30 a.m. Central Time. We'll be tweeting about that report as it comes out live on Twitter. You can go over there and find us at GrainTV. We post comments here throughout the day, put up some interesting charts similar to what you see here on GrainTV. So check us out there if you haven't yet. Thanks a lot for joining us here on a Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow for the export sales report.